Bless you. Bless you.
All right. Well,
Bless you.
Welcome to APT483, episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
It's on the.
Hold on.
All right, you want to start off light, talk about our weekend? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, today was a pretty nice, cool, calm weekend. A lot of epiphanies. A lot of
Epiphanies.
yeah, a lot of epiphanies.
A lot of epiphanies.
Yeah,
Who had an epiphany?
new perspective on life and stuff. You know, everybody. We're just learning new things about ourselves, basically.
What?
Yeah, man.
What did I miss, bro? What am I missing?
Strengthening our bonds and shit, bro. You know?
Really, bro.
No,
You're probably too
I'm
fucking-
lost, bro.
You're probably too out of it, bro.
Yeah, many missed it, bro.
Many caused
Called
it.
it too soon, bro.
What happened? All right.
I think that had to be off camera.
Yeah, man, I was like,
On camera in depth, bro. But
All right.
I don't know, but we had the number one player here talking to Mad Drum.
Whoa. So now you're gonna paint a picture to our whole audience.
Man,
I want that, bro.
I don't know, bro.
That's not me, bro.
Every drum that pulled around the corner, man, he was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm like, yo,
Rizzler himself, man.
Lies, bro. I was just in the mood to talk.
in the mood
This
to
is
talk,
it.
bro.
Okay,
Just talking, bro.
okay,
Yeah.
Talk.
Mood.
okay, yeah,
What was that? That was Friday?
yeah. Friday and Saturday.
And Saturday.
I feel like Saturday you were talking to a lot of people too, like a lot.
Who? A lot?
Yeah.
No. I was just seeing people I knew. Like I was just seeing people that I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It wasn't like randoms, bro. It was like
It's like an intervention now.
Yeah. No, I definitely felt something new this weekend for some reason. I think it's like because of like leading up to like it's like the last 3 weeks of school for me basically. You about to graduate, we seniors and shit. So I don't know. I feel like me finally realizing or like seeing that I'm gonna be back home and I kind of need to get out my shell a little bit more. I think this weekend allowed me to do that a little bit more. So I definitely appreciated this weekend.
W weekend.
Yeah, that'll be weekend. But yeah.
Actually, I did have an epiphany too. Actually, I told you already, bro. But yeah, I did. But so remember when I said I wasn't gonna go out Friday night?
Oh yeah.
And then I ended up going out with y'all anyway. So it was either like, so I thought about it and I have two choices. Well, first off, I didn't go to the frat the first time. So I just wanted to come and experience that before I leave. And then, right, I was hit with two choices, either stay in and study or go out and have fun. But whichever like choice I was gonna choose, I have to like go all in on that choice, which is why that Friday I decided to like just go talk to whoever, because if I'm gonna go out, I gotta go out and like have fun with it.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's tough.
That's a memory, bro.
Exactly.
You won't remember studying, but you'll remember that, bro.
Honestly.
Well, I'll remember that, bro.
Real.
What about you, Sam? You got anything?
My life changed.
Life
ChatGPT
changed.
saved my life. I'm never, ever paying for therapy ever in my life, yo. ChatGPT, oh my God, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. But
AI therapy, bro?
AI therapy is the
It's
future.
definitely a real thing.
Yeah. It is. It's the future, bro.
ChatGPT is very insightful, very mind-opening.
If you did your major in psychology, get ready to make some coffee. Get ready to learn how to make coffee. I don't know, man, because listen, bro, I'm never going back, bro.
I don't know. I'm about to try it out for the one time.
No, it's good, bro. It's really good, bro.
It's
Is
good.
it really that good?
It's
good,
really
bro.
good, bro.
But it's also good because, like, I think I've always struggled with, like, was it having, like, empathy? Like, kind of seeing things from other people's perspective.
Right.
Like, I always, like, try to, but I don't think I always do it correctly. So I think that's always something that I've struggled with. And I think, like, ChatGPT kind of gives me the most, like, objective perspective.
Right.
You know, so I feel like I'm able to kind of make more accurate decisions kind of based on its kind of assumptions, you know? And it doesn't have the whole story, so it's kind of more general, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like, I feel like it usually helps a lot.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, the only thing that's a little scary that in the back of my head is like, you're giving your thoughts away to, you know?
Selling your data, but
Yeah,
Well,
but it's not even like, it's deeper than my data, it's my thoughts, bro. Like, I feel like that's my
You kind of make a personality.
Yeah.
Copulate your whole personality based off your thoughts, bro.
I don't know.
Make a whole different Tyler.
But it helps so much. So it's like you come to that crossroads of like, because I think the problem with like a therapist is like you still have to be vulnerable to like another person,
Right?
And that's like kind of not easy, especially for guys. I think that's a hard thing to do, bro. And I think people in general too, like they don't want to be like judged by, you know, some random person, you know, because that's what therapy is. You're basically getting judged by a complete stranger that's supposed to, you know, be kind and open and accepting. But like, you know, after those sessions, like they have their own thoughts and opinions, you know.
But they're supposed to keep it professional.
Confidentiality,
Yeah,
like,
and that
they're
too.
still gonna have their.
I mean, but of course, because it's a person.
Yeah, but you don't think like
that
you don't-
person, their whole job is to help you. So they can't be judgmental or whatever in front of you.
Out
and of
loud
course,
to you.
and no, it takes a certain type of person too, though, to be a therapist.
I don't know. I feel like therapy people just like drama, bro.
No.
I feel like they just get paid to like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not
Just,
gonna
like,
lie.
to take in the drama and give their opinions.
There was like a good like couple month stretch when I was like in high school or middle school, where I wanted to be a school therapist just so I could have the fucking tea, bro. I like drama, bro. I like knowing what's going on.
It's
bro.
probably so fun.
It definitely is, bro.
Because every week you have problemed patients
Yeah.
that have issues like all the time, you know what I'm saying? And
I
you're
feel
just
like though their whole job is to help them. With it.
yeah, they'll help, but like
is.
it's still tea they're getting, you know?
It is. Cause like, I don't know, what is it called? The Sopranos, right? You know how like Tony Soprano, he had a therapist throughout most of the show, and basically she also had a therapist herself as well. And because of the fact that she was the therapist for Tony Soprano himself, you know, and she
could
still had
handle
her
what
judgment.
she
She would vent all that stuff to them. So
How does
I
that
feel for like a criminal.
No, like just the confidentiality part of it. Like if you have a therapist, if a therapist has a therapist for
Yeah,
their
it
therapy
kind of
sessions,
breaks it.
Yeah.
how does that?
Well,
does
they
that
probably
work?
keep it vague, right? So they probably say like,
But
oh,
like
I
then
learned
you can't
something.
really like get into it.
Yeah,
like
but
your
I
own-
mean, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one reason why I don't necessarily believe in it, because I think, like, low-key, like, if I was a therapist, which I'm not, but if I was, I'd be telling my spouse everything. You know what I'm saying? I just like, don't
I'm
tell
sure
anybody.
they do.
And I'm
That's
sure,
what I'm saying.
I'm sure they do.
You know? So
Definitely.
there's like confidentiality goes out the window, bro. You know?
It's a really slippery slope. All right. Well, my next travel destination that I think I want it to be, I want to say, is definitely in Africa. It's probably going to be Nigeria or South Africa. I want to see the club and night scene out there. I'm not gonna lie.
Facts.
I'm definitely interested in that. There's a lot of bad women out there too, bro.
What's so alluring, besides the women, what's so alluring about the night
Well, see, I have a personal, low key, I have a personal grudge against Nigerians. So I kind of have to see.
scene? You gotta plug the context, bro. For context, we got two Nigerians right here, bro. Sandwiched in between them, bro. Hating them, bro. It's crazy.
Exactly. I don't know. They're always putting the superiority thing in there of the West
He
Africa.
just feels like a
of all of
shadow.
That's what
Africa.
I'm saying.
Feels
That's what
like a
happens.
shadow
You're just
of
from
us,
a
bro.
relevant.
Yeah.
See,
Third hole from
which is
nowhere.
crazy because they weren't even the first empire. They were like way later down the line. Y'all were way later down the line.
Yeah, and we still rose up.
That's what I'm
Way
saying.
later down the
You
line,
rose
we
up
still
because-
rose up to the top.
You say
Because of English. That's the only reason why y'all roll up.
Still rose
No,
up,
bro.
bro.
No.
The only reason why y'all so relevant in America is because y'all
I would
speak
tell you
English.
this. You tell an average person to name 5 African countries, never would they say Mali. Ever. But they'll say Nigeria. Best country.
Nigeria,
richest
we
man
even
in the
give the
world for my
popularity
country, bro.
out to those around us.
know.
Ghana,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
we give the popularity to Ghana a little,
Nigeria,
just because of
yeah.
our little
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Low, yeah,
like,
yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
And like Nigeria's just a censor, bro. Like Afrobeat, everything that you think of Africa is just all in Nigeria, bro. Like Afrobeats is
The
course,
reason why
Nigerian,
y'all
bro.
popping is because y'all speak English. On God, that's why.
That's not
Like,
no
on
gang.
God.
That's not no excuse,
No,
bro.
it's definitely is the reason why y'all popping. It's because y'all speak English.
Are they
Because
one of the few countries in Africa that speak English?
That's the official language. I think it's one of the few countries that's the official
because
language.
Nigeria, because most of the countries in Africa actually speak French.
Okay.
So you got like other, like in France, like I'm pretty sure like Ivory Coast is like big over there. Like people know the
Yeah, that
country
makes
Ivory
sense.
Coast. You know what I mean? But like Nigeria is so known here is because
Now, how
speak
did they
English.
end up speaking English? Do you
Well,
know?
Wait, was Nigeria ever colonized?
Yeah.
Okay.
English, yeah.
Colonized by the English, and
So it's just different.
most of the
Yeah.
other countries were colonized by France.
Gotcha.
So that's why, that's the whole situation there. But yeah, Nigeria, South Africa, simply because I don't know. I think it's only for the nightclub scene. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really have too much other interest in South Africa. They might have some nice spots out there. I have to do more research into it, but it's between those two countries for real. For like my personal next travel destination.
I don't know. I gotta think.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too.
All right, for me, it's not really country. We already live in the country, but it's low-key Hawaii. Yeah, I want to go to Hawaii so bad. I think it's the happiest state, right? Is Hawaii not the
Right.
happiest
Yeah.
state?
Right.
I like the laid-back culture. I like the everything's like, it's an island surrounded by water, and I'm a big beach guy.
There's
you
also
know?
a volcano.
Yeah, but I think that's probably why they're so happy. No, think about it. That's probably why they're so happy, because like any moment they could be like, yeah, this volcano could blow. We could all die. You know what I'm saying? Let's just fucking live it up. You know? So that probably has something to do with it.
That's an
bro.
interesting perspective.
I don't know if you remembered, but like years ago when they had that alert, that
Right.
like, wasn't it like a volcano warning?
Yeah, it was a volcano.
Yeah, in Hawaii, and everyone was like freaking out, bro. Like, think about that.
That's not fun.
I don't even.
That's not fun at all.
I don't remember that, bro.
Bro, that's a big deal. Like, there's an accidental like
Yeah, it's like the
misfire
siren.
of like
yeah.
the
Someone
flooding.
accidentally.
And it hit
Yeah.
everybody's phones, and it's like everyone was
And then
just
there's
like
actual
freaking
like
out because they thought they were
the
gonna
actual
die.
siren sounds were like actually
Yeah.
playing too. Like that shit. It's like if we heard like the nuke sound.
Yeah.
The durr.
But it's not only that, it hit their phones too.
What's the volcano like? How many volcanoes does Hawaii have?
I couldn't tell.
I
you.
don't
Are
know.
they like bad? Because I know, what's the Yellowstone Park or whatever, the
Yeah.
volcano there. If that were to erupt, they said like they would feel the effects kind of like all over the world because the smoke would cover like. Would that be the same for Hawaii?
I don't know.
They were
actually.
inactive, bro.
The
A lot
volcanoes
of
in
them in
Hawaii.
Hawaii are inactive.
Because when was the last?
Long time ago.
Yeah, I don't think there's been one so recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that's for just motivation to just live up every day, bro. Just enjoy it, you know.
Bye. Man.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe somewhere in Europe. I was low-key looking at the Scandinavian countries because the top 5 countries, this is more so like not to live, but definitely live for a while, like vacation for like a couple months. But Finland, like Sweden, Norway, those countries were all like top 5 in the whole world.
To visit?
No, in happiness. Like yeah, so it was like Finland, Norway, like Sweden, Denmark.
See, I've seen pictures of Sweden and it looks amazing with the mountains, right?
Yeah,
it looks
it's
amazing,
nice,
bro.
Now, why
I just
do you
hate the
think
cold.
they're so happy?
I hate the
No
cold,
black
bro.
people. Nah, I think it's just happy. I mean, I actually don't know why, bro. Because the weather there's was cold, bro. But I don't know. My guess is just like
Europe
simple
is just
vibes.
cold, bro.
Yeah,
Europe is just cold.
Europe is just cold, bro. But
UK, it's always raining.
Well, I think they have a lot of like those like socialist like kind of programs, right? Like, aren't they more like? Because they tax a lot heavier, right? And they have like, like healthcare and stuff. Like a lot of like, your basic things are like
your basic needs.
Yeah.
What is that? What is the hierarchy? What is that
Maslow's
called?
hierarchy of
hierarchy
needs. Yeah.
And they're definitely doing better than America, for sure.
yeah.
For sure, bro. Oh, man.
I think I would go Bahamas just because a friend went recently and she looked like she had a great time, bro. And the water was so blue. I know we were at PR recently, but the water was so blue.
I've been to Bahamas.
You've been?
I've been.
You
Yeah.
like?
It was crazy. That was the first time in my life where the water was so clear. Like
The
I
water
could see
looked
my
so
feet. I could see
blue,
my
bro.
feet. Like it was so clear that there was like oh, the crazy part was there was fish in the water, and they were like swimming up to you and like touching you.
Yeah. See?
Like touching you. It was great.
I don't like
Yeah,
that.
I
I freak
like
out.
that.
You freak out?
I freak
Yeah,
out
but you
with
can
the
see,
seaweed,
but
bro.
you can see. That's the thing.
No,
like,
the seaweed
you
was
would
that
freak
was a
out.
nasty
Yeah,
feeling.
seaweed was
bro.
nasty. And you could see
The fish is probably like little,
Yeah,
like
but they're beautiful fish, bro. But you freak out because you can't see, so that's what makes it scary. But being able to see and you see the fish, you know, it's like, you know, they say like cute little like store fish, bro. That's what they look like, bro. That was crazy.
But yeah. What about a group? Where's the next group trip?
I think we got to do Europe, bro.
Yeah.
One country in Europe.
I want to go Netherlands too, bro.
Huh?
Netherlands so bad, bro.
Netherlands?
Yes, bro.
I'm just gonna say one thing and one thing now. Fuck Italy. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
care.
good off Italy.
I'm not going to Italy. I've been hearing too many stories of them being racist against black people, especially
Yeah.
I think Florence is like one of the big ones. And I don't know why they have such a disdain towards black people. We done nothing to you, but like it's crazy, bro. Italy just be you just throwing bananas at people. Like what is that, bro? Like what is that?
Is insane.
What is that? Just because a black player on your soccer team missed a goal, you're gonna throw cans of bananas? Like what is that? That's just crazy, bro.
Huh.
That's crazy, bro.
All right, so scratch Italy off the
No,
list.
no Italy, bro. I'm never visiting Italy. I even have family in Italy. I'm sorry, I'm not visiting them, bro. They gotta come somewhere else in Europe to come see me, bro.
I would be open to France. Have any of y'all been to France?
Nah, I was close to
Layover,
that.
but that's it.
Yeah, but have you like?
Nah.
Yeah, so
I was close to going to France though. I was in Brussels for a little bit.
I don't know. I'm kind of open to anywhere in Europe.
Low key, my biggest
go
one is
to
the UK,
France?
but
I'll go to UK.
yeah, I'm just a big soccer fan. I just want to go to a soccer game so bad in the UK.
I definitely want to go to a soccer game in Europe.
Yeah,
I
bro.
want to see that. That's
Yeah.
a different.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, if I want to go, like the best one's probably in Germany, bro.
I want to do Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
in Germany, bro.
Oktoberfest. Go to like a Dortmund game. Those are crazy, bro.
I'd do Oktoberfest in Germany.
Yeah, bro.
Germany.
That'd
Yeah, I
be
agree.
great.
Germany.
All right. Well,
Germany.
Germany.
We can do Germany.
Whoa, how much is a flight to Germany? Bro?
Or wait,
Yeah, that bad.
Amsterdam.
That's Netherlands.
That's Netherlands?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll go to Amsterdam. That's where I want to go in Amsterdam.
Why do you want to go to Amsterdam?
It's just good. It's just good vibes. Bro. They got the flowers. They got the fields,
flowers,
bro.
yeah,
Tulips, bro.
yeah.
It's a major export, bro.
Tulips,
Tulips, bro.
Tulips. Gotta love the tulips.
Yeah.
Bro.
They have all sorts of flowers.
Yeah, all sorts of flowers, bro. Tulips. Yeah, it's a
They,
great.
they even have fungi.
They have
Dude,
canal.
where even is that, bro?
Where?
Amsterdam.
In Netherlands, bro.
So recently, the Switch 2 has been released. Not released, announced. And it's releasing what? What is it? June 5th?
5th, I
I saw,
think.
didn't they like delay something recently too? I swear I saw something about it being delayed or something,
I don't know about
or like some aspect of it.
I didn't hear
Maybe
about
a game or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but they're releasing it. And everybody on X, or aka Twitter, right? They're complaining about the price. And I wholeheartedly agree. $80 for a digital game is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why do I have to spend, like, what? I make what, 17 an hour? That's like, what is that, 3 hours? No, I'm tripping.
I was like 5.
5 hours on a game? Hard work on a game? Like, bro, no, I can't do that. It's too lucrative now. And then with these tariffs added too, with Trump doing that, they're
Yeah.
probably gonna make that
I
even
mean,
more
I heard,
insane.
I don't even understand how they're. I mean, I know why they're increasing the prices, obviously, because they have to pay, you know, their
Right.
labor and their workforce. But like, think about how games have like moved away from like physical.
And
Like,
it's all
they don't have to
digital.
make cases. They don't have to print anything.
Exactly.
It's all
Yeah.
digital. They're literally
Exactly.
sending out software that costs them literally nothing to
It should
send
be
out.
cheaper for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah,
It
shit
should
is
be
cheaper.
Listen, the profit margins on those games are probably insane, bro. It's probably like 80% plus.
But wait,
with Nintendo.
it's not
Profit.
just the software, right? What about the actual like hardware, like cartridges that you put inside the game?
Well, that's what we're saying.
But
Everything's moving towards
yeah,
digital to
like,
where it's
how
like
many people?
No,
do you
but they're
know-
still making that, right? Is that what's $80 or
the digital games is $80.
digital's 80?
Yeah,
All of
they're
it.
making everything.
all of it.
I thought I heard that the hard copies were like 100 or something, bro. Like,
That's even
crazier,
worse.
bro. Yeah,
I think
That's
I heard
even
that.
worse.
'Cause now you don't have the same prices. If anything, that's how it should be, low key, bro. Like the software should be cheaper than
Right.
physical. But
$100 games.
yeah,
It's
but $100 games is
Yeah.
wild. But Nintendo's always been hoeing, bro.
Right.
Like Nintendo, games never lose value, man.
Bro.
They
And
never
it's because
drop,
they
bro.
can like, I
Because
feel like it's
they control the store, bro.
right.
It's all their proprietary stuff, bro.
Exactly.
They hold
Exactly
that
what it is.
eShop or whatever. What is it even called now? Is it eShop?
Yeah, it's
still,
the
bro?
Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, bro. That's their kind of hub, bro. Their app store. So they get to control all the prices, bro.
Exactly. It's ridiculous, man. And then we got like, what is it? We got other games coming out too, though.
But the problem with that is, bro, because I was watching the video, like if companies see people spending $8 on the games, they're just gonna make their games $8 too. It's just
Exactly.
gonna, and now I don't know. I can see where everybody's just spending $100 on fucking video games. And the problem now too is, like, games don't last for like 4 or 5 years. You're not playing a game and then playing it for 4 years. Like, they cycle just always every year. The new
That's how
games
they
are-
get you, though. It's
Yeah,
almost
they're
like when you
always
think
gonna
about it,
be-
it's a subscription, bro.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
like
much.
another subscription
Yearly
service.
subscription for
Like with
life.
the CODs, bro,
Yeah.
they're pumping out CODs every
Yeah,
year, bro.
every year,
Every year you're paying fucking $60, $70.
And is it even that different?
Not really, bro. Most of them are run, I think, on the same kind
Yeah.
of
With the
base.
sports games, like the 2Ks and the FIFAs, they
Yeah,
don't change,
FIFA,
bro.
for
They're the
real,
same
Nah,
game.
no, 2K,
Yeah, they
bro.
So
be
you're not even
Cycle.
playing to get a new game. You're playing to play with the new player base because the player base just
Yeah.
moves games every time. So
Yeah, because you can't be
yeah,
left behind.
so you're gonna be the
bro.
only one on the last game. So that's when you're playing to.
And then
Yeah.
another thing too, PlayStation increased the premium.
Yeah,
for
actually?
PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus Premium used to be $120. They increased that
For a
by
year?
$40 for a year, bro. So
Crazy.
it's $160 now, bro.
Yeah, but you don't feel like you get a lot of value out of that, though?
I'm not even gonna lie. The last time I actually touched my PlayStation to play a game, bro, was like maybe like 2 months ago.
But I mean, that's you. But I'm speaking of
In
like
general?
the subscription itself. Like, because I do feel like you get pretty decent
Yeah,
value.
you
out
get-
of
That's
it.
if you.
you get.
I know.
I-
Well,
if you
this
play.
is what the whole thing's based off of. If you play,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
If
Then
you
yeah.
don't play the game, you shouldn't get the subscription.
Then
But I was
yeah.
just speaking in terms of the subscription in general. I feel like you get good value. Like at least for the, because I'm Xbox, bro. And all these guys are PlayStation, bro. So I'm the odd one out here. But I feel like for the Xbox Game Pass, I feel like you get like pretty solid AAA titles. Like I'm not a huge gamer though, so like I'm kind of. I feel like I was when I was younger, so I definitely got more value out of it. But like now that I'm older, I kind of phased out, and I kind of play like the same games over and over again.
Yeah.
I just focus on this one mobile game called Dokkan Battle, and I just play that every
Dokkan addict, bro.
every single day
Addict, bro.
Both of these.
for the past 10 years,
I don't even
bro.
play my. Oh wow.
You want to say what you dropped on the?
Remember when we were talking about gambling? I was literally thinking about that the whole time.
No way, bro.
About how I just want the risk, bro. The risk of. Oh my god, bro.
Oh, is it packed? Is that how it's the game?
Nah,
No,
you,
so
bro.
like yeah, it's based off chance of you getting like the character you want.
Oh, so it's like FIFA when you open the packs. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
gotcha
yeah,
game.
Yeah.
It's a gotcha game. Yeah.
Oh, is that what the name for them is?
That's
Yeah.
that's the genre. Gotcha.
Gotcha,
It's like
gotcha.
a collect them all kind of like
Exactly.
that, bro.
Yeah. But the one thing about my game, I ain't spent a single dime on it. Been free to play since the beginning.
Oh, the glory. Grinded.
Grinding for real, bro. Like,
Grinder versus pay to winner.
Yeah.
I don't really have any games like that. I think the games like that I've probably been on the longest for is Clash of Clans, bro. Like even then, like my road hasn't been like consistent. Like I've been playing and I'll stop and then I'll hop back on. But it's like the longest game I've like kind of still checked up on. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of games I've just let go.
Yeah.
But
We should play Mario Party sometime.
Oh, yeah.
Mario Party.
Definitely.
I
Is
gotta
there-
get the new one.
Yeah, the new one looks fun.
We did play the new one.
Is the new one for the new Switch?
Brett, didn't we?
I don't think he has
There was
the
a new
newest
one.
one.
The Jamboree.
There's a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
there's
newest
Oh,
yeah.
he
one.
did.
Yeah, we did.
You were there for that?
That was
when we played that.
Probably not.
That's when we did the one forfeit. I don't think we was,
Was that Brett that did the?
yeah, because like
Insert that clip.
What do they do,
They
bro?
just poured water in him.
Wait, let me.
yeah, it was cold.
Did
it
you
was
not see it?
cold
You
that
never
day
saw it?
too,
You
bro.
never said that? Oh,
I
It
think I
was
was
a video, bro.
It was really cold that day too,
It
bro.
was really cold that day.
Bro,
He took it.
I
Though.
won-
He took it like a champ, bro.
Rob.
Stuck it out.
because I won. I just got
Good
lucky.
sub, bro.
I got really lucky at the end, bro. This
Bro.
man, Sam,
Bro.
Oh my God,
You,
bro, the luckiest duck
The
in
amount of
the
stars.
world, bro.
How many stars
I
did you
swear,
have?
bro? I swear, bro.
I'll take it, bro.
Man had like what? What was it? Like 6 stars by the end of it, bro. I was like, what is going on? I was just like,
That was so fun.
I was so.
We actually got.
And he kept stealing stars too.
We gotta play that game again, bro. I didn't even know.
I don't know,
Mario
bro.
Party for forfeits is fun.
Yes, bro. Mario Party is so fun, bro.
It's like such a random game though.
That's why I
There's
like
like
it, though.
no skill out
That's
there.
why I like it. It makes it like you're playing the whole time.
Because you can win all those challenges and you'll get 1 star as a reward.
Honestly, I thought because Brett usually crushes Mario Party, bro.
Really?
Like his if you think of life like as having stats, bro, his luck stat is like kind of like ridiculous, like ridiculous, bro. So I was so surprised when he kept getting like he got like 2 like fucking 5 turns in a row, bro. It was insane, bro.
Oh man, no, you definitely.
Yeah, we got that. That's so funny, bro.
So, any y'all buying the Switch 2?
I'm contemplating now, cause okay, the only reason why I think I would definitely buy a Switch 2 is if they come out with another Smash. That is the only reason why I would buy it.
To be fair,
I'm not
if they
even
do,
gonna lie.
hopefully I have this Switch one. Wait, when did it comes out?
What is it, June 5th?
Oh, June?
I believe it's June 5th.
I look at one Switch, but I don't want to get a Switch and the only game I'm playing is Smash. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with
That's what I've been
That's
doing,
literally,
bro.
that's
a waste?
basically me, bro. I mean, I do the Pokemon stuff too, but like, Smash is like mostly
Smash
what.
is,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I really like Smash.
I mean, the only thing, like, the reason why I got a Switch, because like, I wasn't really into it that much, but I was like, I like it because it's like simple stuff, it's fun stuff, but like it's also like that co-op kind of like sharing controls. It makes it so easy with the portability. Whereas like a console, lugging that big thing around, it's just too difficult. The Switch, you just take the little Switch, bro. Yeah.
Y'all think you're gonna still be gaming when you're like 50?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. I think that just growing up with it and just like I've always had a passion for it, you know, and I think it's a great thing. I'm not in the group that like thinks it's like bad or whatever. I think like it definitely depends on what you play and how much you play, and there's a lot of factors, but I think like if you have a healthy relationship with gaming, like I think that it can only be beneficial.
I think it's so interesting to me because I don't have like when I was growing up, I had like the Wii and I had the Wii U, and like I would want my dad and my mom to play games with me, and they just, I guess because they were too busy, but they just never played. Like I think maybe like once or twice, but they never played.
That was my parents too.
And they kind of, I think, imbued like the
Once you get old, you're
perspective.
not
Like yeah,
supposed to be
there's just
playing
no.
it. Yeah.
And like the first time I saw like this guy like playing a Clash.
Kind of thought dorky,
playing a Clash.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, are you
Yeah.
like an irresponsible
Yeah.
adult? You like not have a job? Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. But
You know-
now I'm changing perspective.
Yeah, it wasn't until I was older that I was like, I remember talking to one of my friends back in high school, and we were talking about gaming. He was like, yeah, I play games with my dad, and you know what I'm saying? And we play like new CODs or whatever, the story modes, and I was like, damn. You said what?
Let me see.
I was saying, it wasn't until I was older that I was talking to one of my friends from high school, and he was like, yeah, I play games with my dad, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like one of their like things that they kind of like bond over, and I was like, that's kind of cool, you know what I'm saying?
Like a long form game with your son, like
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like play a series, and I don't know, it's just another thing to connect over.
it's like the same as like building a puzzle with your kid or something. Like the project you guys can work on together.
Yeah.
It's good bonding. I like that. I might do that with my kid.
Yeah.
I definitely
I
want
definitely want my kids to like grow up playing the same kind of games I play. I don't know if that's even possible though in the future. Because I want my kids to play
don't
like
think so?
Sonic Adventure,
I don't know.
Sonic Adventure 2. I don't think those games will be
I
accessible.
think you could.
I feel
If I
like
buy
because
it,
like
yes.
the way they're doing with like streaming, you know, you can do like the cloud streaming with PlayStation 5, and you can like cloud stream like PS3 games. So with like how things are going now,
Maybe they'll have
I think
one, yeah.
at least from like that era and up, I think it'll be like
era?
streaming
I need it more back, bro.
more back. I don't know because another thing, what Nintendo's actually really good at is cataloging their games. So they have like you can play like the Nintendo 64 games. You can play.
Yeah,
they
those
just for the Switch too.
They keep them updated.
You get to play the GameCube games as well.
That's not tough.
For real?
Yeah, you get to you got to do a
GameCube,
subscription for
SNES,
yeah,
Game Boy.
exactly.
Game Boy
They like
Advance.
they have all this stuff. So that's one thing I can give Nintendo. They're like pretty good at like
Yeah.
keeping their games simply because of that the whole proprietary thing and all that. But yeah, Nintendo's pretty good at that. But like I don't know. Also another thing with like the state of gaming. I understand that gaming is like a luxury thing. It's supposed to be something you do when you have the time to do it. But I feel like it's kind of losing like what it's supposed to be for because nobody has time to be like, at least with the parents, they don't have time to be playing games with their kids. And that's what like I feel like Nintendo's whole thing is like family gaming. But like I don't feel like that's as much.
That's a good point. I never thought about that.
And that's why I'm like so confused why they're like, But I guess because their just sales just do really good.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of what more their demographic is. Because think about who they're like, not specifically Nintendo, but like the other gaming companies.
Like true.
Sony, Xbox, Microsoft. Their main demographic is like probably that age window of like 13 to like 18, maybe 16, around there. And what do they want to do? They're not trying to play games with their moms, and they're trying to play online games and
get away from them.
Yeah, shoot people and have fun and talk to the boys and say crazy stuff, That's kind of their whole spiel. So I think that's why Nintendo does so well, because they kind of fit that younger generation that's a little too young for that kind of stuff,
They dominate that market. They dominate
Yeah.
That is for sure.
I mean, even when we were young, like I feel like they dominated that
Oh,
for me.
they
'Cause
did.
I was
The
a
Wii?
DS kid. I was a Wii.
I had the Wii.
The Wii was doing
I was the
amazing, bro.
I had the Wii too.
I had all the DSs.
The
I
Wii
had.
was
The Wii was
amazing.
that was really my childhood.
Amazing
Yeah.
Wii
product.
was like in almost everybody's household. Unfortunately, I didn't own a Wii, but I did own the DS. All the DSs actually.
Yeah, me too.
I had the DS, the DSi, the DSi XL, the 3DS, the 2DS. Bro, it was ridiculous.
I love my 3DS.
Yeah, I know.
Wish I never traded that shit.
Now, I have another. That was my next question that I was coming to. Now, when your consoles that you use go obsolete, right? What do
Right.
you do with them? Do you save them? Do you
I-
trade them in?
I keep them. Trading
keep
them
them
in
as well.
is like worthless.
Trading them in. Yeah, that is.
Trading
it's
them
like
Yeah, because they give
$30,
you
bro.
pennies on the dollar for
Exactly.
them, bro.
And I remember one time I tried to trade in my Xbox 360. It's like, I already got too many of those. I was like, I can't take that off your hand, bro.
I think it's for me, it's for saving them from nostalgia. So like I want, even though like my kid might not appreciate it immediately, I know like eventually like
it's
as you
worth,
get
like,
older,
$10,000,
yeah, because those values,
I know, bro.
they rise, bro. Everyone's trying to get their old retro console and stuff like that,
Yeah.
retro games, bro. So I want to save them just so my kid could go back and play them.
I still think I have my old Xbox 360 though in my garage. I gotta try to find that.
I did some dumb shit with my Xbox 360, bro. I was like, I just had it in my hand. I was like, I wonder what would happen if I just kept spraying it
With what?
with like bleach.
Bleach?
Just
With bleach?
because I don't know, bro.
You wonder what did you think would happen?
What? I don't know. That's like the first unique thought, bro. I had this PS5 or something like that.
Because I was like holding it in my hand. I'm like, I don't use this anymore. And I just kept spraying bleach in
What
it.
happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened.
That's crazy. That's so interesting, Ali.
I actually still play my Wii. We never upgraded to the Switch, so we still have a Wii U at home.
Oh, that's where you got all your Smash skills from.
Oh yeah, I play the Wii U a lot. But I started with Brawl.
Yeah, you
I
started with Brawl.
because my cousins had a Wii,
Oh,
so I played with them. It was horrible.
because I also started with Brawl, but the thing is, I didn't have the Wii. It was like at my summer camp or something. So I could only play it then, and even then, the kids over there would barely let me play because like I was like what 6, 7 years old trying to play Smash, and all the other big kids were like, no, you can't play. Like it was probably like a couple times, and then I got it on the 3DS, and then I finally got it on the Switch. So,
I forgot it was out on the 3DS.
yeah, they had the
That's
3DS
right.
version, and that's why I love the use.
3DS version of Smash?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never remember
there's
that.
the 3DS
I
version.
remember that.
Oh yeah, and then Super Smash Flash. That was
You know what else is really cool about the DS too?
What's that?
The co-op play. Like how only one person needed the game and
Exactly.
you could
They're bringing
Are they
that
doing
back.
that? Yeah,
they're
they're
bringing
doing
it back with the
That's
Switch.
great, dude. I
Bringing
love
back.
that.
Switch
That was
too.
so great because I remember playing like Mario Bros. As
Exactly.
like a kid.
That was fun.
Playing the little collect the stars and the little PvP, like a little
Mario
arena. That was so
too.
fun.
Yeah.
Mario Kart DS was also like a yeah.
They ran pretty smooth too.
Yeah.
Like think about like all the hiccups and stuff that the games now have, like with lag and all that kind of latency
Right.
problems. And
Yeah,
they ran
really-
pretty
yeah,
good,
they
bro.
were really good. really good. Really good, bro.
Yeah.
So, we were kind of talking about the monetary and like the kind of capitalistic greed, bro. Paywalls is another thing I feel like it's gone too far, bro. Because I don't know if you guys watch you guys don't watch like sports and shit, right?
Not as much, no.
So like 5-10 years ago, when I was growing up watching soccer and like basketball and stuff, you could pretty much just like turn the TV on, you go to the
Oh,
gym,
but I did know that.
Yeah. Soccer's on the TV, basketball's on the TV. Nowadays, if you want to watch basketball games, you gotta get NBA TV, which is like $80. I think it's $8 a year. Or $8
Yeah,
a
it's
month.
per like season.
Yeah, every season you gotta
Yeah.
renew it. Every single season. Soccer, you have to have like Peacock, you have to have like Max, you have to have all these different things.
Yeah.
And it's like to watch content like nowadays, you have to have like paying $50 a month pretty much. I think somebody did the math to watch like to have access to all the basketball games. You have to pretty much pay like $100 to watch your own team. To actually watch your own team every year.
Wow.
So
I mean, what do you have again? The YouTube.
I have
TV?
YouTube TV,
Yeah.
yeah, but we don't have all.
All the sports.
Oh, I thought that covered everything. No.
I don't think so. I think there's extensions that you
Yeah,
can
there's
add
like a
on.
sports
yeah,
package.
it doesn't cover everything. That's the thing.
And that's another layer of
Exactly.
paying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I mean, like the only reason I would want TV is just for like the basic stuff, like local news and stuff like that. I don't really like. I'm not a big TV guy, so like I don't really need all that kind of stuff. And when I do, I'll get it. That's all I'm gonna say. When I do, I'll get it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big reason too why like a lot of these like sports companies, I know like UFC was a big one. They were having trouble like with the piracy stuff, you know, because they have to pay the pay-per-view. A lot of those pay-per-view sports struggle with like the piracy, like your Extreme East and stuff like that, right? And that's why like they were so ambitious to like shut that stuff down because they were losing tons of money. But to be honest, it's like it's kind of ridiculous. Like there's no reason. Like I understand like you're paying for the athletes who train and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of art in the sport, but I do think the prices are just a little too. Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh god.
Oh, no, go.
I was just gonna ask, like, what subscriptions do y'all pay for?
For sports or just generally?
Just like TV kind of.
Yeah, 'cause I was literally just about to say that, bro.
Yeah.
Because it moves on beyond sports, bro. Because you gotta get like, we have
So what do we all? We all have ChatGPT. We're all ChatGPT Pro users.
Prime Video because I have Amazon Prime. What else? What do y'all
I got Crunchyroll. I got Netflix. I got Spotify.
You pay for Netflix?
What
Yeah,
else?
well, my mom.
No.
I
What do
got
you
the-
pay
For
for?
what I pay for?
Yeah. What do you pay?
Prime Video, Amazon Prime. That's it, bro.
And then I got
I don't
the
think anything else, bro.
Apple storage. I'm paying for that every
yeah.
month too.
I think that's worth it though.
$200.
At least for me, that's definitely worth it.
Yeah. After what happened to him.
After what happened to him,
I. You know, I even told my mom to get it after what happened, just because that was like that's horrible, bro. I can't even imagine.
Really?
Oh,
when you
context,
lost.
I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
when I lost my phone, bro, and we got it back, they wiped it, so it was pretty much like all the pictures and the videos. from
Yeah.
it.
Wait, you
anything
got
that's-
it back? Like you lost it?
No, so okay.
Give them. You gotta give them.
Yeah,
the
just
story.
tell the story,
Yeah.
bro.
So Halloween, we went to like this Halloween party, and I got distracted at the party, and I lost my phone, or my phone was stolen. It was stolen, and so after the party, everybody helped me. When people were trying to look for my phone, I used what's it called? Find My iPhone, Tyler's phone. Me, Ali, and Tyler were tracked to this field. Like 2 days later,
Actually?
Yes.
The field, bro?
It was a field in the middle of like nowhere, bro. It was so dark.
so dark.
Wait, no, y'all missed that, bro, because you forgot the point where we were knocking on, because
Yeah,
we
I was about to
tracked
say,
because that happened first, bro. We were knocking on, we tracked the phone, and the phone, it showed up in like a development, like a little cul-de-sac, but it was like kind of like rural, like, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't, and so it was showing up in this one guy's like backyard or something, right? So we knocked on his door and we're like, hey, do you have like a student at Penn State or whatever? Like by chance, like, you know, did they end up with a phone or whatever? And the dude, bro, he was like,
Nope, call the
yeah,
cops.
he was like, not even like willing to like help or nothing. He was like, call the cops, like, we're not gonna help you, like, and I
So
felt
why are you
threatened,
so
bro.
defensive?
Exactly.
Why is he
So
so
we were like,
defensive?
okay, low-key, he might have it, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because we weren't even pressing him. We were just
Yeah, like, what?
yeah.
Put more context to this though. We did pull up to this house at like 11 at night. It's 3 black guys knocking your door and say your phone is in your house. Like, I kind of do see where he's coming from. He definitely was strapped, bro. So.
No, for sure.
Oh yeah.
When Tyler brought
Y'all run from the house, bro? Y'all
no, bro, we did this on midnight. But we still, bro, I was so scared walking up to that door, bro. I was so scared.
Bro, I wasn't even just scared walking to that door. I was scared driving up to the plate.
God, even driving to that street.
Who got there first? Was it me or you guys?
It was us, bro.
We waited for you to pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it
Oh
was.
my God.
Bro, there was a whole screech. Like, remember? There was like something died in the back of somebody's house, bro. Oh my God. That literally like set in like the fear. I'm like, what are we doing out here, bro?
No, for real. And
What are we doing out
the
here?
guy said no. We called the cops.
I think we had called the cops, bro. But at the same time, I remember we went across the street to the other house and asked him.
Yeah, that was like the poker night.
Yeah, and he was way more like friendly.
Receptive.
Yeah, he was like how a person should be. You know what I'm saying? When someone loses their phone, because anybody who loses their phone is gonna be tweaking out. You know what I'm saying? So like, he definitely understood, bro. But yeah, he trying to help this look or whatever, and I don't think we end up finding anything. The cops came, I think, right?
Cops came. They're like, I mean, it says. I think they're like pretty much nothing we can. Really
Yeah, because the problem with, and this is a problem that I've ran into before with stolen Apple items, is that the police don't recognize the tracking as like valid. So since I think it has like a broad range, even though like low-key it's pretty pinpoint accurate. I think they just do that for like almost like warrant kind of things, like so they can't just like throw an air tag over and be like, oh, it says it's here, let's, you know what I'm saying? I think they do it for like that kind of reasons, because the location services on those things are really good, bro. Yeah. So they're basically like, well, we can't really do anything because we're not allowed to, you know, recognize like air tags as valid tracking services or whatever. So we couldn't really do anything.
But I gave the guy that was helpful. He gave him my number. Or he gave him
One of our
numbers.
I think you had a burner. You had bought a phone at that time, bro.
And then 2 days later, he calls one of us and he's like, "Yeah, I found your phone in the field behind my house."
Oh, so he found it.
I don't know what actually happened.
No, it's not a theory. It's what happened, bro. Yeah.
All right.
So there was a poker night that night at the house, and he went inside. The first thing he did was there was a bunch of college kids in the house, right?
Wait, how old is this guy?
The guy was like 40.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was having a little.
Okay.
But he went inside. He was like, "I'm gonna go ask anybody up there know what they think about a phone." He goes inside. He comes back like nothing about the phone. My theory is that somebody stole the phone in the house. He probably convinced them to just give the phone back, and then he was like, "I'm just gonna help you clear the phone," because the guys who stole my phone wiped it completely.
Well, I think what would happen is,
Oh,
I think
They were trying to get into
whoever
it.
took
Yeah,
that
they were
phone
trying to
from
get
that
in,
party, I think they had dropped the phone in an Uber or something. Because I don't think they were together. Because the guy was doing Uber, I remember, bro. So I think that's what happened. I think he ended up getting the phone through like one of those like location ride sharing things or whatever. And I guess like he was like, "Oh, free phone. I'm gonna try to sell it, right?" So I think he was trying to get into it, and he tried to wipe it and sell it. And, like it kind of like locked up the phone.
Yeah.
So I don't think he could like he wiped it, but I don't think he could do anything else with it.
Right.
But I think that's when the guy was like, all right, well, it's probably best to give it back. Yeah. We can't really
do anything.
because you can't.
So he made up the. So you were never in the field, like that.
No. We were in the field. We were in the field. Yeah.
So how did he? I thought he got it. He said he found it in the field.
No, the food was in his house, like behind his back.
Oh, okay.
And we knew, like, he definitely had it because it came back without the case. It had a case on it.
I'm sorry. Is this the guy that was rude to y'all, or the guy that was the guy across the street? All right.
I can't die out here, bro.
He did say he had like a daughter that went to Penn
Yeah,
State.
he did.
Which is so crazy that he wasn't like receptive.
But yeah, bro. Yeah, the phone. What was the?
Subscriptions services. Bro. So
No, but
why.
yeah. So that's why, like, after he got all his stuff cleared, lost all his contacts, lost all his photos and stuff like that. Pretty much any kind of local files, lost everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's not happening to me, bro. And I just went and bought the cloud. Like, because I would be heartbroken if I lost like my text messages or my photos, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I know Apple like is a little crazy with the prices of their things, but I think that's something that's worth it.
Yeah.
What about
Apple
Care?
The first tier. I don't have the
Apple Care?
Yeah, I have the $10 one that gives me like it gives me a lot.
2 terabytes. The $10
And mine,
one gives 2
the
terabytes.
99 cents. Yeah, mine gives me 2 terabytes, and I share it with my whole family. So it's
that's why.
I paid
me
for
and my
it.
mom just paid the 99 cents because the 50 is like low-key way more than enough. I mean, the only thing that takes up the most space is the actual phone backups themselves. And really and truly, if you wanted to, you could just port that on your computer, and then you could clear up. But I'm just too lazy to do it, so I'm just using like 40 5 gigs or whatever out of the 50.
I'll pay for
probably
the
just keep it like that.
200 gig subscription one.
And what is that? $2.99.
Yeah, like $3.
Yeah, so I don't think that's that bad.
No.
Because you're paying for. I like to think about it as you're paying for the protection of your
All your data.
Yeah.
All your data.
I
So
think that's great. That's something that I think is totally worth it.
Apple Care?
No.
No, I'm saying like, what about Apple Care?
Apple Care. I don't know. I've never had it, bro.
I've never had it
Me
either.
neither.
Yeah, I don't like. I feel like Apple products are pretty well made. That like I don't really break. I remember back in the day, I feel like I used to always be breaking screens and stuff. But I was a kid back then. It was clumsy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like now, like I don't really drop my phone like that. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you take the case off then?
Well, I feel like when you take the case off, that's when you drop it.
Exactly.
It's too, without the case, it's a little too smooth. It's too slippery. So, yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep the case on. But I've definitely like moved away from like bulkier cases into like, like little flat, fashionable kind of clear cases. Yeah, because growing up, I always used to have like OtterBox.
Yeah.
I don't think it was make us on.
Oh, is that too?
I used to use the OtterBoxes.
Well, let me see yours.
Is mine?
Yours is still on.
Mine
Yeah,
is.
that's too, man.
There's no way.
Alright, we gotta talk even louder. Let me talk to y'all directly. What time?
What, bro?
Wait, what time? Oh, you have your stupid private.
Oh, that's fine.
We can still go for a little bit. Yeah, let's just.
We can do
Because
that.
I was also going to talk about like one paywall subscription that I think is crazy.
Yeah, mine's dying too, actually.
And I want to say to the dating apps. I find like
Dude, oh my god, the dating apps are crazy.
So like to see people who like you on Tinder and Hinge and all that.
Yeah.
I find that ridiculous.
I know the margins on the dating apps are insane, dude.
Yeah.
They're insane. They make so much. You know what's crazy too? They're all owned by this corporation called Match Group. So Tinder, Hinge, I don't think Bumble is, but there's a couple other ones like I think OkCupid or something. There's like it's owned by this big conglomerate Match Group, and they own all of them. And basically, what they do is they tap into different like communities, because a lot of them have different kind of
farmers online or whatever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they have very niche communities, and they're tapping into all of them and making
Like, isn't that like
bands.
considered a monopoly, bro?
It low-key is, but they're not the only ones on the market. But like, they're definitely the biggest by far, and it's not even close.
Man, I shouldn't have to spend what, like $20 for a week?
Was it a week?
Isn't it? I don't know. For
It's a
Tinder
lot,
Gold, I
bro.
remember
Yeah,
it was
it's a
like
lot.
$20
It's a
for
lot,
week
bro.
just to see who liked me.
It's
like,
a
come
lot.
on, bro.
No, but the
You
crazy
serious?
part is like the people who probably like you are literally like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like my shit.
Not your type. Not your type.
I don't know. I still curious though.
I'd be curious. But I'm not
I understand that's like the
I'm
whole
never made
enticing
that, bro.
part of it and all that.
Never
Like,
just-
come
I think
on,
I'm alright, bro. I think I'll stay without knowing, bro.
I don't know. I just hate that. I hate that I have to pay to go see what.
Yeah, well, it's part of the gamification, right? Because that's how they get you. The one that I thought was the best I thought Hinge was originally like pretty solid starting off, bro. But like, I don't know, like recently, like I don't think they're that good anymore, bro. I feel like they kind of.
Is that because of the location?
No. I just think it's like low key gone down the drain, bro. Like I feel like that's how they all start. I feel like they all start like kind of good, bro, and then they just kind of once they get more users, and then they kind of like tank it, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You're right with that gamification thing, because like you're boosted for like a good day or so.
Yeah.
And after that, then it starts to wane off and you get nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Unless you're a girl, bro. God forbid. bro.
Just keep going.
You got the whole sea of dudes in your freaking like list, bro. No, but like that's a whole problem in and on itself, bro.
Yeah.
Like, can we literally talk about this, bro? 'Cause I can talk about this, bro. The dating apps, bro.
By the way, this is our we're down to last night. So yeah, might be the last topic, bro.
Okay. That sucks.
Make it a good one, Tyler.
Damn, no, I lost my train of thought. No. What was I just saying?
Dating
bro?
apps?
Yeah, but like,
Can we
Talk
talk
about
about
games.
that?
Talk about the
sea of men.
See him.
oh
Yes.
yeah. So unless
Jesus.
you're a girl, bro, yeah, you have the whole sea of dudes looking for you, bro. But even for like women, like dating apps, I think generally like, it's kind of sad that the statistic is, I'm just hopping here.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that like most people are now looking to like find their people online. That's just how the trends are.
I think so too.
You know what I'm saying? That's just, no, it's a fact, bro. It's literally proven, bro, that most people now meet online through a dating app, bro, which is crazy, bro. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but for the dating apps, like the reason like I feel like they don't work is one, like definitely the men don't like do as well, you know, because obviously like the women are more selective because there's a lot more to choose from, you know what I'm saying? But for the women's case, like I think the problem is they have so many like to pick from that it kind of becomes overwhelming.
What
like
is
you know
it,
that
paralysis?
decision paralysis
like
or whatever,
that,
the paralysis of choice or whatever. And it's basically like when you have all these options to pick from that you just don't know what to pick. You know, you ever had a huge menu and you look at it and you're just like I don't even know what I want. Like this sounds good, this sounds good, this sounds good. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta pick one, bro. It's like shoot, you know. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, no, definitely agree with you. Like, women just have all the power usually when it comes to the dating sites.
I think there's a good reason for that because I think that's generally how it is. Like, even outside of like dating apps and stuff like that, women have always been the choosers.
Right.
You know.
I just think I don't like it because I think it ruins your outlook on dating generally. It just alters your perspective.
It definitely does.
When you look at it as like a game and numbers and not as just like meeting somebody.
I think it creates a lot of insecurities in guys too, because I think like initially, like if you don't do well, I think it could kind of get to you, and you kind of doubt your kind of self like worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, am I not attractive, or am I not this, or am I not that? When really and truly, like it's kind of hard to build a whole profile to kind of advertise yourself with like a certain amount of boxes.
It's not even possible.
Dude, like 6 pictures and 250 words. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, I think another problem is like it creates like unrealistic standards. Like if you talk to a guy, he doesn't meet every single checkbox. You have 20,000 other guys you just go through. Like it's
the swiping part of it. You just swipe.
And I don't think it's natural. Like the person you meet is not going to be perfect to you in every sense. It's not possible to meet the perfect partner. So, but I feel like when you're on a dating app and you're like, this person doesn't meet every single checkbox, you just move on to the next. I think that kind of skews your perspective on dating generally.
And then also with the 6 pictures and the 250 words, of course you want to look your best. So you're only going to present the best of you, and then you get on the date and like
you get catfish and stuff like that, you know. Now, how do you think you would go about solving it? Like, how do you think we solve? Like, because obviously online dating is never going away.
Yeah.
But how would you like? What would be the optimal app to ensure everybody kind of wins? You know.
That's a good question, actually.
That's not really possible.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Everybody, like,
I think
in this world that we live in, there's always somebody not being looked after. There's always somebody that's not going to.
Yeah, but I think there's definitely things that they can do to even the playing field. Like for an example, like Bumble had it to where the women texted first, and I think that was a big kind of.
Yeah.
I think they did away with it, bro. Because because I don't think the girls wanted to text or
Yeah,
whatever.
so
You know what I'm saying?
So
It
that's
just-
how it's
You know what I'm saying? But
So can we fix it?
No. Unless you got rid of all the apps and just made one app where it was like that, then maybe. But
I mean, like I said, I don't know if there's 100% fix because it probably would have existed, but I think there's definitely ways to improve. I think like one way I think would help is definitely taking away a lot of the selection. Like I don't think you should be able to swipe forever. Like really and truly, you should only really get like
100 lifetime. Because how many people are you gonna actually?
even 100
It's
is
not
a
really
lot, bro. Like really and truly, you should maybe get like
50 lifetimes.
no, like you shouldn't even
Like
be able
per
to
day?
see that many people. Like you should only
No,
really be
yeah.
able to see like 10 people and maybe shoot with 3. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to take away a lot of that selection to get rid of that like paralysis of decision. You know what I'm
Same with
saying?
infinite
But then-
action too.
But then what if the person thinks like, oh, my husband or my wife isn't in these 10 people? Like, there's
Well
someone
then
else.
like there has to be some way to refresh it obviously, but it shouldn't be in the same day, like maybe a week or like there needs to be a longer like wait cooldown period or something, I think.
To be fair, the hookup culture kind of messes that up too, because on dating apps where people are not really as much looking towards finding their husband or wife, I think they're looking towards just linking up with somebody.
Yeah, but there's
There's
ways
some.
like
I think
some, for sure.
I think it all depends on
but you
how
can also say that, right?
I think I think it all depends on how you present yourself on the dating app. So I think if you your profile put yourself out as like somebody who's looking for something serious, and you really put effort and time into your profile, I think you will find like-minded people or people who are looking for the same thing. But if you're just put it on Tinder or whatever to be funny and silly or whatever.
Yeah, joke profile.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? You get what you put out, bro, basically.
I think a lot of the girls at the school, though, use that as more fun and joke.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, nobody here is, well, I'm not gonna say nobody.
Well,
but there's definitely some people.
because we know somebody who's met their significant other through a dating app. Yeah, so.
Yeah, sure, they're rich for people, bro.
So.
It's not for me. I've never entered that hell again. Tired of that place, bro.
I don't know, man. You're saying that now, bro.
No, maybe don't get me wrong. Postgraduate, they're definitely gonna have to use it, maybe. But
You are?
maybe.
sure?
I don't want to, but if I have to. But now I'm not using it in college, bro.
My thing in the future is gonna be my mom, bro. She's gonna be my dating app, bro. She's gonna find me the one, bro. That's what's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, it's clutch.
I don't know. I'm a big advocate for dipping my toes into everything, bro. So
Yeah,
You'll try it.
I do everything.
I'm not opposed to it post-college, bro.
Friends, family, apps. Like, why not get my search as broad as possible? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I just say no to that, I could cut myself off from a large quantity of the pool. You know what I'm saying? If you just limit yourself to one,
I think that's it for.
Nah, it's about to die. So we're gonna do that. Wait, so we do the outro.
Well, that's been
We don't got an outro.
our third. That's been.
Yeah, it's always something.
APT483.
I don't know.
Should we make
To
a
the
chant?
person who randomly called me,
Bro.
Don't give them the attention on this podcast.
no,
This way,
I need
don't
you
encourage
to
them.
reach out and tell me who you are, because this has been racking my brain for the past 3 days.
Don't ever reach out.
Please.
Just keep calling.
Please, if you're a friend of mine, just please reach out, bro. Because why would you do that to me? There was no reason for that. There was no reason for that. Man, all right. APT483.
Wait, 3.
Yeah.